Hello, everybody. Welcome to In-Depth Crypto. It's been a while, but today's video we're going to be talking about yet another BNB short position. So, if you guys have not been following this section of the channel, we've been talking about this BNB short trade all the way since November of last year, obviously, I guess. So, yeah, we've been calling it since here. So, we called it about at 294 all the way down, and we're going to call this about 125, 130-ish area. So, we're going to see where that goes. But in between that time, we've been making some trades here and there. And so at the end of this session, so if it does go down to the 125, 130 range, we're going to look at all of our profits versus all of our losses. And then we're going to analyze all the different trades and all the different stuff. So give enough time for that. But yeah, so in the meantime, we have been taking profits though. So and my biggest trade to date ever as a trader, and also for this channel, will be covered here. So if we go to our Dev Talk, it's 16. I made about $1,300 on this trade. So I spent some of that money in terms of our wash to earn price. So if you guys aren't aware of this program, if you're new to this channel, basically, and if you already are, you're gonna skip forward to this through this, but this is important for anyone who's new. So basically, guys, I'm looking to one, create a little trading course later on this year, and then also two, I'm looking to also increase the price of our Watch and Earn token. So basically, the Watch and Earn token and cryptocurrency project is basically just a demonstration on what a new category of cryptocurrency is that I created. It's called the corporate token. And essentially, what the corporate token is, it's a way of tokenizing a company slash companies revenue through cryptocurrency. So it's not going to be equity, it's not going to be dividends, it's not going to be profit sharing, it's not going to be anything like that. But the whole point is that if we link everything with our Watch Earn token, which right now we have our trivia series, but eventually it's going to be our trade token markets, it's going to be our Patreon, it's going to be a few different things. So basically, as much revenue as we have in terms of that goes through the corporate token, the more we're able to increase price, the more we're able to discount people, the more attractive our products are going to be, etc. So if you check the dates, I use our large trade, about $1,300, to boost price around here. So we were chilling about the 3 to 4 cents range, and then we went all the way up to about 10 cents. And then currently with the BNB price action, we're currently about $12,500 in terms of market cap. So basically, because I do believe that we are going to go down, I'm taking short trades. I'm looking to document these and then explain my rationales for this. So this is essentially what we've been doing since November 21st, and so it's coming up. Well, it's like a month and a half now, I guess, for this overall trade. So let's examine what I did here. So basically, I took and I'm going to go here because my laptop, when I do this, it's like insane in terms of in terms of the speed. But if you can check here, I'm going to go to this chart as well. This is our trade currently. So we have entry at 273, 274, stop loss at 286 currently. I'll be monitoring this because I literally just took this trade, so we have to always check. So I might switch this up, but this is what we currently have. And then current target is 244, and then we'll wait to see what happens at that area. But if, excuse me, the price goes all the way through, we're going to go down to 227 here. So exit here. So basically, and we see a price reaching here. So let me explain to you guys what my rationale was for this. So let's go on to the other chart because this chart's a bit busy. BNB USDT. And we're gonna go to KuCoin. Excuse me, my nose is always giving me issues. Always, always, always. So just wait for this to gather. All right. So basically, I'm trying to pioneer this this trading idea that I'm calling the price cycle. And essentially, what does that mean? I mentioned to you guys this before, but not officially on a singular video. But A price cycle is basically my concept of there's going to be a max velocity in terms of, well, let's reframe that. Every price in terms of technical price action is going to have three different prices. So it's going to be a birth price, an apex price, and a death price of the price cycle, whether it be in a bullish or bearish direction. So let me give you an example of that. Let's go here. And this is why this is in-depth crypto. So it's going to be a little like bear with me type of thing, but it's gonna be kind of worth it. So basically, we're gonna take the maximum velocities of either. So right now we're looking at the bear or the bullish position because we just had this dip. So this is what we made the $1,300 on a few weeks ago. And so if that's the case, we're gonna look at what is the likelihood and what is the speed at which price is likely to reverse from this bullish for this bearish price action. So I'll have to annotate this chart so you guys will be able to see how I'm doing this. Let's go here. And so it's gonna take a little bit, but bear with it. So this is currently what we have. And then we always take it from the left-hand side because that's where the steepest bullish reactions are going to be. Or I always say bullish, bearish. I do this in my head, so I don't really say it out loud. So I know what I mean. I either mean red or green. That's my idea of bullish or bearish. But yeah, my first time really commentating on this. So, and we always want to do is look at where price is going to where does price connect from this bearish trend lines from here. So we see that currently our price went from around here. So we try to do a line of best fit from our bearish trajectory here. So from all the way from the 310 area, it dropped and then it went here. So we're going to use this as kind of as a line of best fit. So if this is the case, and this is what I believe in, you'll see how our, in terms of velocity, in terms of our bearish velocity, how it moves with time. So the reason why sideways action is always good is because it usually results in a higher velocity in either direction. So this is the reason why I got stopped here, is because I thought we were going back down, but because I've been in this trade, I literally had this short position from like the 22nd of December all the way until here. So that's like given about what, 10 days, whatever. So I thought it was going to go back down. It didn't. It went up. So in the same way how I profited here from sideways action and went down, I lost going here in this direction. But it wasn't as bad this time in terms of my loss because I knew that in case we did lose here, I would re-enter here. I just wasn't sure yet in terms of my strategy. I haven't solidified 100% my strategy. But if you know anything with trading and whatnot, so that in theory never really happens. But I'm still working on it in terms of the little kinks and bolts, but I feel comfortable enough to share it with you guys. So this is what we have. So let's see here. When we examine, well, there's multiple different ways of examining price action, essentially. So as I'm going to tell you guys in this course as well, when it comes up in a few months' time, essentially is that you never want to look at just one form of technical analysis, because what you'll notice is that if you spend, definitely, let's say years, more than 2 to 3 years of trading and whatnot, you'll notice that a lot of the actual technical indicators always tend to overlap. Like where if you use like 2, 3, 4 different methods, and they all come around a similar price point, that's a great indicator. So instead of just using our price cycle, let's look at here. So we have a supply zone, which is what I call this. Some may call it resistance. I'm very is a very nuanced decision on that, but no, this wouldn't be resistance. This would be a supply zone. So I'm not going to spend this video explaining exactly what each one of these concepts are, because that'll literally take a whole trading course. So wait until that comes out. But let's do this rectangle here. And so we already saw one here. So this is also part of the reason why I took a short position I put my stop loss around here, so is that just in case this bearish trend line, this bearish blue trend line doesn't hold through, we still have this one and a little bit of space in between. So let's see what our current, in terms of percent wise, what our stop loss is. So about 4 to 5%. So as I've mentioned to you guys before, part of the things I'm looking to incorporate in terms of our trading course is going to be a software-driven, data-driven. How do I say? Data-driven probability calculator, I guess you could say, in terms of what is or isn't likely in terms of a bullish wick, in terms of a bearish wick, and whatnot. And basically, from my findings, and I'm kind of curious to show you guys. Let's see. That's fine. My computer is just so slow. It's ridiculous. So we're gonna be using some of this money literally for a new computer. Let me tell you. But yeah, so I mentioned this in a previous dev talk where I lined up essentially each and every single candle from the 4-hour to the daily to the weekly, and I tried to put a I examined in terms of percentage wise what is or isn't likely in terms of price movement within that time. So what some of you guys might know as average true range. So well, I won't explain that too much. But instead of average true range, where it's a moving 14-day moving average typically, what I did is essentially look through all time where where a price has acted. So I only examined maybe a month and a half or 2 months worth of price action manually, but I'm going to do this programmatically, so it's way easier for me to do it. But essentially, I'm able to use that as a guide where it's not necessarily predictive in terms of a machine learning predictive style of trading, but it's kind of backward looking predictive where I'm able to look at, all right, so let's see, for example, let's say if I don't want to get stopped here, correct? How likely is it that price within this daily candle, so let's see if we're still on our daily candle or if our daily candle has stopped yet. Oh yeah, so our daily candle just stopped. So now let's expand the page. Here's my computer lagging a bit. All right. So it's basically put what is the likelihood of a 4% stop or a bullish wick, or basically just meaning that it will go up, stop me out, and then continue all the way back down. What is the likelihood of that? And so what I did is that I essentially looked at all the different price action to see where are these bullish wicks. So for example, we have a bullish wick here on the 14th of December. So let's do this little calculator right here, or a little measuring tool. So we have a 2% wick here. Okay, let's examine here. We have another 2% wick. So we see if we have any larger ones recently. So we're just going to do a few more examples, but I want to show you guys exactly what I'm doing manually so you guys can appreciate what I'm doing in terms of the software later on when I explain this. So see, we have a 3% wick here. And then we're just going to do this one, and this one left. So let's go here. We have a 1.74. We have this one here at all the way at 4. So we have this one that could stop us out, but we're going to explain that in a little second here. And then we have this last one here at 2%. So I'm just going to do one last one, which is what I see here. Let's see what happens. So, and let's see here, 3.5%. So this is why my software is going to come out. It's going to be super cool and it's going to be super useful. It's because we're going to be able to look up on in terms of the entire price action, not just for BNB, but for eventually Bitcoin, Ethereum, all the major cryptocurrencies, and we're going to be able to see what's the likelihood of these bullish wicks happening and when do they happen, etc. So we see here that out of all these bullish wicks that we've had recently, the only time that we've seen a 4% move upwards and back down, so meaning that anyone who sold right here would have been correct ultimately, all the way down to 254, but they just got unfortunate and got stopped out here. So what my software kind of shows is that it will show exactly what date it happens. It'll show maybe news related to it, especially if it's major news. So for example, this was during and the reason why this is important too is because this was during the whole FTX debacle a few months ago. So this was during the same time, and you see also that the bullish wick happened here during the bottom. So this is where bullish territory is likely to go up. So obviously, as you see here, we went up with this 4% bullish wick, but right afterwards we went all the way back up. So this was an indicator that bullish presence was here, but you should have known that, seeing that we dropped all the way down from what, $400, I believe it was, back in November. So because of that, we're able to use context clues in terms of how likely or how unlikely my stop loss is to be. So that's why I kind of did it in more of an automated process, because I already understand what my strategy is and whatnot, but I just want to explain to you guys what that was. So that's the reason why we have our stop loss here. And then I explained the entry already, I explained the stop loss, and now we're going to explain the profit target. So my current profit targets currently are 244 and 227. And so let me explain to you why this is. And it might be easier on the other on the original chart that we have here. So this is the clean version of the chart, but I'll show you guys what I've been looking at since November in terms of price and all my drawings and whatnot. Beautiful drawings. Let's go here. Wait for it to load. I asked you guys for a Christmas gift in terms of a new laptop. No one gave it to me. So if you're watching this video, I don't know what you're doing. But anyway, just joking. But yes, with some of the money that we do eventually win from these trades, I definitely need a new laptop. This is just ridiculous. Let me tell you. I have like 60 or 70 gigabytes on this laptop. Like, that's what I'm talking about. I bought this laptop quite a while ago, way before Watch Turn started. But yeah. Anyway, so we're back here, and oh boy, let's see. All right, so I guess my computer is not really working with me right now, but I mean, we can see it. We can see it at this level here. So we had this uh little bearish action here in terms of our price. So remember how I told you I got stopped because I thought price was going to go back down here to about 220 down to 200 level. It obviously didn't. So if you do a little trend line here, you'll see that price broke out of the bearish area. So we made it a bullish trend line now. And then so when price goes back down, it looks like price is going to go back to around the 240-ish area there. So that's kind of what I have in mind in terms of like a pretty much like locked in stone like profit target. But in case this is considered a weak one, and we'll see how the market reacts when we get back down to 240, 243 area. I said a 227, which is right down here. 227 is going to be the new price target for that. If that is the case, I think we're going to be done here with this in terms of our chart. If that is the case, we'll be up another. Well, in total, we'll be up 1,500 from that trade, because right now I have 400 bucks on this trade. Excuse me. I have 400 bucks on this trade, so we'll see how that goes in terms of what we do from there. But I'm looking to eventually finally get over this 4-digit range. If you know anything about trading, the 4-digit range, at least for me personally, is the hardest because it's well enough where you're able to get $400, $500, $600, which is real money. You can actually make have a laptop, have hire somebody for maybe a few days, a few weeks worth of work, depending on what it is. You can do quite a lot, but when you start measuring how much you're making in trades in terms of how much it can get you, that's where your emotional biases start to come. That's where you start to lose, and that's where you start to that's why you're going to start to say, oh, maybe if I just add a little bit more leverage, or if I do this, if I do that, try to be cute, and that's what happens. And listen, I I know all these years in terms of trading what it's like to start being cute and start losing all the gains that you just had. So I'm trying my best not to do that. So we'll see, and hopefully with me documenting this, it'll lessen my chances. So that's also part of the reason why I'm documenting this. It's not to quote unquote brag or whatever. But it's not really not. My laptop has 80 gigabytes, so there's nothing to brag about, I guess. But but basically just to document this to see what my process is, so in case anything goes right, I have it as proof, or if not, I have ways of exchanging this. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully this goes in my direction. Hopefully this doesn't immediately spike up and stop me out, but we'll see. So thank you guys for watching this in-depth crypto. uh, I'll update you guys in terms of what happens in the next few days. It looks like within the next few days we'll definitely see. Hopefully it's not as slow as this current price action back here in the later end of last year. So we'll see, and hopefully I can help boost the watch to earn price so our whole project can benefit from that. So thank you guys for watching. There will be another video today, Avatar: The Last Airbender. So wait for that. Catch you guys later. Peace.